First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all praises, all blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakar HaKwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect, pushing this word in all truth and in sincerity, risking life and their very livelihood in so doing, especially in these days and times. Shalom to the women and children who are watching and who are learning, Lord willing, from these lessons. All right, and I'm going to get right into it. Okay, I actually slept on this lesson. All right, and thinking about yesterday, I was thinking, and I'm going into why I slept on this lesson. Yesterday, I was, thinking about the MOTB, all right? And, as I was out in Indiana, I was in Northwest Indiana, and I saw long lines of people trying to get gas. I mean, they had long lines, like, long lines, like at Citgo, and, and I said, damn, I mean, shit. They could have just went across state lines to Illinois to get some gas if they really, if it was, it's only a couple of, maybe 30 cents cheaper in Indiana, if that, I said, so, and then if you have a car using regular gas, then it's really not that much of a difference. Okay, maybe 50 cents. Okay, in some places between Indiana and Illinois, but that's not really a big difference. But it is for some. And as I sat there looking at those long lines, people were filling up. I imagine people got generators. They have these things that they put on top of these houses, and everybody's complaining about how they're failing. What are they called? Solar panels. The solar panels. These people have them on their houses, and as you see, when the Most High has destruction set up for you, there's no way you're going to escape it. Okay, and that should be the name of this lesson. Okay. Because I'm about to repeat that. When the Most High has destruction set up for you, you're not getting out of it. And as I was thinking of that, I was thinking of Esau, right? That's why I kind of giggled, because Esau, the first one that popped into my mind. All right, these damn Edomites. All right, because they're trying to wiggle their way out of this one, but they're not going to. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's a scripture that says, as if a man put his hand, what was it? Roughly paraphrasing, if he put his hand on a wall and the bear, he missed the bear, and something else happens. All right. Roughly, let me see if I can find that scripture real quick. I didn't want to waste no time. Let me see if I can find that. I don't even know. Let me see if a man put his hand on a wall. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see, man, wall, bear. Was that it? Okay, Amos 5:19. All right. It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him. Okay. Or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. All right. So you're not going to get away You're not gonna get up out of this, Esau. Or 2/3 of you Jakes, man. You damn niggas out there. You wanna be the you wanna be the man, all right? You wanna be it in this kingdom. You sharing you sharing your crown with a homosexual, with a starburst man, okay? You cracking the same box that the starburst man is cracking, and the starburst man is cracking other men, and you're sharing that hole. You sharing them lips, and you're happy. You're proud about that. You're stunned on that. I think not, my friend. I think not, my friend. But that's where we at. That's what it's looking like here, right? And so this war, because it is a war, okay, it's going to be long and drawn out. It's the same way that listen, Russia could have been wiped out Ukraine. All right, they could have been wiped out Ukraine. They could have wiped out the Ukrainians in a week. Okay, Russia is not. Russia could have wiped out the Ukrainians in a week's time, but they're doing their type of battle, okay, because it's a strategy. And I didn't, as much as I study, warfare and tactics, I really didn't, look into, this long drawn out war, that they're doing, okay. But it's really bad in Ukraine. It's really bad on that front line. When these men go into battle, their wives, their wives don't want to let go of them. Because their wives know that they're not going to see their husband again, and they call the front lines in this war between Russia and the Ukraine. They call it the meat grinder on the front line. Okay, they call it the meat grinder, and that means that it's no return, it's no coming back. And the president of Ukraine, okay, I forgot his name. All right, he's a 1948er as well. Okay, he's a 1948er. He said some time ago that they're fighting that war now, but you people here in the U.S., you're going to be, it's going to come to you later. All right. So he has no choice, but to fight and do what NATO has it set up for him to do. All right. That's part of the plan. All right. This devil is not going to get out of this one. All right. He's not going to get out of this one. And so the spirit hit me as I was looking at this gas station. I was looking at these long lines of people. I said, damn, they all at this gas station. So I went around the corner and, because the taxes are a lot relaxed in Indiana than in Illinois. Okay. Because they're trying to push you, Jake, really out of Illinois. They're trying to push you, Jake, somewhere else. Okay. And they're steady dumbing you, Jake, down. Okay, you're dumber than a box of rocks. 2/3 of you people. I mean, and you're getting more and more dumbed down by this man. All right, getting more and more relaxed. Okay, but the rest of the world is not relaxed. Okay, I go on these college campuses. Where you have all of these people from around the world. All right, you go to the University of Chicago and you go on these campuses. You have people you got a lot of those Moabites and Ammonites there. There's a shitload of them. They don't give a fuck about, and then they getting with Jake. They don't give a damn about Jake because they feel that their numbers are bigger than Jake's. Okay. You got a bunch of Edomites from other parts of the world. Okay, they're all there. Okay, they're all there, and Jake, Jake, you're in simplicity. Okay, Jake is stuck in simplicity. And they're making a come up and making a living off of you, off of 2/3 of you, Jake, that are stuck in simplicity because you hate knowledge. So even this clumsy, lamed out ass Moabite or Edomite from the damn cornfields, or that's been quiet on the creek with his, little sister, hey, they're about, they're planning on, making a come up off you, Jake. Okay, you're their way up out the projects. All right, you're their ticket up out the projects, and then they're gonna push you, Jake, out off somewhere, because you got a lot of these damn Edomites who live in Indiana. They work here in Illinois. They went and bought homes in Indiana, all right? And then they come back to Illinois and to Chicago to work. Okay? While you, Jake, here, they're sucking the blood out of you. These foreign exchange students. Hey, but guess what, man? It's all for nothing. Because along with them, along with Moab, and Moab he's here, he's against Esau. Ammon, he's here, he's against Esau. The Persians, Ishmael, they're here, and they're jockeying against Esau. Now you have some tokens that are among them. All right, got some token Persians. They don't like the way things is going in Persia, so they think Esau's way is better. Got them among the Moabite. Moab, he's a little starburst man too. He thinks he's an Edomite and trains his daughters up to love Esau. All right, Ammon as well. Okay, and a lot of these other token nations, but the hardliners, because there was a decree that went out from the Persians, all right, from Persia, to step up, to step up their form of warfare against Esau. Okay. And when you think of Persia and how they perform their, the way that they've been portrayed in the media with their warfare, their warfare is terrorism. Okay? Their warfare is terrorism. Now see, the US, listen, this, don't get it mixed up, don't get it confused, man. This damn devil is playing possum. Okay, talking about he don't have weapons. Listen, the sword is Esau's blessing. Okay? The sword is this devil's blessing. This devil is not finna run out of any munition anytime soon. Okay? He could eat, listen, this devil, that's what he does, man. That's his MO. Okay? He's not, listen, that's all these devils do. All right? So their stockpile is not low by any means. Okay? The sword is his blessing. And he could take Ishmael and the Persians he could take them out at any time, man. Okay, Elam, he could take them out at any time. All right. But he is also using this strategy that the Russians are using. Okay. And so, these Persians understand that very well. And so an event has to take place. Okay? An event has to take place in which they have to push this MOTB. Okay? Worldwide. All right? Now, I went to the grocery store, and I'm in the grocery store, and a couple of maybe 4 days ago, 3 days ago, I can't remember. I wanted to get, I eat salads, so I said I'm gonna do a lot of Greek salads, lettuce, red cabbage, red onions, cucumbers, with the meal, and different, whatever topping and dressing you want to use, but basically I said I was going to go with lettuce, red onions, red cabbage, cucumbers, just a basic Greek salad, but I said, oh damn, I got there and I was looking at the lettuce, and I'm like, look at this damn lettuce, man, this shit look all funky, the lettuce look, and I know a lot of brothers got gardens. I wasn't able to, to jump on the garden this year. I didn't do it at all this year because it rained so bad earlier in the spring, and so it wasn't much sunlight. And but I'm looking at the lettuce that that's in these stores. And it's all withered, and you don't want to eat that shit when it's withered. You want your vegetables, your greens. When you get them, they're supposed to be crisp. When you break that shit, supposed to be crisp with a little, water on the inside of it. Okay, and the greens, and and what I mean green vegetables. Lettuce, spinach. When you get this shit inside of the store, man, it's not crisp. Okay, it's withered. And instead of it, you squeezing it with your finger, and it, kind of cracks and snaps. Okay, that shit just, it's like it's like some leather or some shit, right? And so hey man, that's not post, man. That's not post. That's not no post, man. All right, ain't no post with that, right? From Daniel, that's not post, man. That. So I said, man, I'm not gonna get this shit. I'm not gonna get no lettuce. So that day I saw some spinach, and the spinach wasn't, it was looking a little bit better, But I was looking at the bag, the bag of spinach that it was in, and it's spinach, the moisture you could kind of see, like it looked at, it didn't really, it was, you had to get what you got to get, right? Pray over it, and which I did, but a lot of times some of these vegetables they could clean you out, and so I ate the salad, and I had the runs, man. I had the runs that morning. I ate the salad that night, but the following morning, man, I had to go to the bathroom, and just kept going to the bathroom off the spinach. I said, damn, And so the next time I went to the store, I said, you know what? I'm not fuck that. I'm not getting no greens. Okay? I'm not eating that. And I'm saying this to say that when I was looking at those people in the gas station, you know, because I'm telling you, man, it was a long line, like maybe a block or two long for this little gas station. You know, and I said, well, why is these people trying to get gas from this gas station? You know, it's not, there's other gas stations in the area. But it came into my mind, hey, what about food? They're doing that with gas. You know, gas is necessary. But what about food in these up and coming days? Okay? You know, this thing with Iran, you know, hey, they have to stop the you know, with these blackouts. You know, come on, man. These blackouts and, you know, tornado, you know, they have to stop, you know, with the transporting of gasoline. They have to you know, withdraw from the using, you know, so much gasoline, because this war with Iran, these Iranians is putting a strain on Esau, man. This gas is not coming out, man. It's not making it here, okay? And so they're trying to keep the prices, you know, within normal range, you know. But at the same time, they need an event to take place so that they could push this chip, okay? And 2/3 of you people, you are about to feel it, man. You are going to feel it, you know. And so what I did was I looked at a map. I said, hey, let me see a map of I called it cyclothropia. So shit, but the AI knew what I was talking about. So here's surveillance of cyclosporiasis. All right, 2 days ago. It says this map shows where these people live. Potential cyclospora infections are typically investigated by the state or local health department. Okay. So let me see. Go to Yahoo. Show the map, god darn it. Where's the map, man? See they playing, man. See, I hate when they do that. Clickbait. See, it says map. Let's see. Show the map. Okay. Here's a map. So the darker purple is 5,000 plus, all right? A little beige is 1 to 10 cases, all right? So Michigan, oh dang, did it blow up that bad? What the hell? All right. So Michigan was really hit. Okay. Michigan was really hit, and Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. Okay. And these are the same places that's getting hit with these bad storms, gasoline prices. All right. New York. Okay. And a lot of these places do have big populations. North Carolina. Okay. Let's see, on the West Coast, you know, the West Coast is really not hit. They have a lot of restrictions, all right, on the West Coast as far as food. Okay. See, the East and the South has really been hit, while the West has, you know, barely been affected. Okay. And so you know, this may be where, you know, they blame the Iranians, okay, the Elam, the Persians, where they, Ishmael, where they blame them for perpetrating an attack, okay, and the attack, okay, see, they've been coming for the water and lights, but the real attack is going to come on the food, all right? The real attack is going to come on the food. You see all of these Elamites, Persians, they own all of these restaurants. They're working in all these restaurants. They cook your food. Okay? They cook your food. And the oldest strategy is, if you want to attack an enemy, you always attack an enemy where? In the belly. In the belly. Even if you're fighting, you get a good, you could go for the knockout blow, okay, but you get a person a couple good body blows right to the gut, all right, and that's it. That person not gonna want to fight no more. And you can knock them out, and they'll get up and still want to fight, but you hit a person in the gut. Okay, they not gonna want to fucking fight. You took the fight out of them, man. You took the fight totally out of them. They're not gonna want to fight you no more. They're not gonna want to fight you ever. Okay. You hit a person in the eye, you knock their, black their eye out. Hey, that's okay. Okay, yeah, you got me good. But you hit a person in the gut, in that stomach, bloop. Okay. When that solar flex, bloop, okay, clock that air up out of them, they gonna say, man, look, I'm not fighting him no more, right? And so this is the type of warfare that is about to take place, all right? So this is not going to be a long lesson, all right? You receive it. This is just a warning, man. All right? This is a warning. Okay, this is Isaiah. And we, you're going to know that we are the prophets, man. Okay, they got this other thing, Ebola. More cases of it. But hey, this cyclone, hey, man, hey, you don't know where this could lead to. Like I said, man, I was looking at those vegetables, man. I said that's and it's been like that, since this war has pretty much been going on. Okay, and these people, they don't care about you, Jakes. Jake, like 2/3 of our people, they like to make friends with everybody. Okay? And they know that you, Jake, you're the front line. Okay? They know that Esau is weak. They know his history. You, Jake, are the front line, so you're going to be the one that they target. That's why Fauci targeted you. Okay? Dr. Fauci targeted you. Okay? And the Democrats, they targeted you. Okay? They're making you, they got to keep you, okay, weak. Isaiah 65 and 10. I'm going to start at 10 and just read on down. It says, and Sharon shall be a fold of flocks, and the valley of Achor a place for the herds to lie down in, for my people that have sought me. All right. So that's the knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Sharon and Achor. All right. It says, but ye are they. Okay. This is you 2/3. Okay. You Jake that done fell up out of this truth. All right, you done went back into the world. So man, it says, but ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forgot my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Okay? It says, therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear. Okay? But did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. And this is what 2/3 of you Jake have done, man. Okay? You've been on that simplicity, man. Okay? You've been on that simplicity. Stuck on stupid. Okay? And this, and this is just with this. Now they're probably gonna be something else. Power is out. Okay? So people need to put gas in their generators. A lot of these Edomites have generators, and Jay got generators. They got those cans that they cook on. You can't cook, so you gotta use those natural gas cans. I forgot what they call them. They sell them all at the gas station. Those are gone, man. Those are gone. Okay. People are running to White Castles to eat, man. A lot of these Jake, they don't know what the hell to do. Spending their money up on White Castle, man. It says, this is verse 13. It says, therefore thus saith the Lord power. Okay, Yahweh. All right. Behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And this is going to be 2/3 of you people, man. Okay? This is what's about to come down the line, man. Esau, you're going to try to run to Esau. You're going to go with that nigga shit. And Esau is going to mow your ass down. Esau's been waiting to target practice you, Jake. They're going to have their little 6-year-olds and 8-year-olds out there with those high-powered rifles. They're going to say, when you see one of those niggas, you blow them away. Boy, matter of fact, don't even blow them away. Hit them in the leg. We going to play with them, okay? Because that's what, see, Esau is he's a torturer, man. They don't care about Ishmael, and they want you, Jake. Okay? They want Jake. And they really want you Southern Kingdom Jake the most. Now they want the other Jakes, Northern Kingdom, yeah, they'll take them out too. Okay? But see, they got a special thing for you Southern Kingdom, Jake. All right? They like to burn you and cut your thing off. All right? Cut off your body parts. Okay? And eat you. And they're going to feed their kids like they were doing after slavery, when they would hang you on the trees. And now they're starting to hang you again. See? And there's a war going on. They don't care about that war. Esau's war is with Jake. Esau's war is with Jake. And he's trying to wiggle up out of this thing, man. Okay? He didn't give you reparations for a reason. Had he gave you reparations, you would have lifted yourself up. You'd have repaired yourself. Nah, that's not going to work. It's like that movie, Inglourious Bastards. uh, when Brad Pitt, okay, when he would catch a Nazi soldier, he would ask them, he would say, he would let him go. And he said, what are you going to do when you go home? What's the first thing you going to do when you go home back to Germany once I release you? And then the soldier would say, man, I'm going to take this uniform and I'm going to burn it. I'm going to burn it and I'll never be a German soldier again, man. Fuck the asses of Germans and Hitler, you know, right? And so that's what the soldier would say. But he would say, nah. That's what I thought you was gonna do. Nah. Okay? And so he would carve in a swastika, okay, on their forehead, man, to let everybody know who they were. Okay? To let everybody, as a constant reminder to the people of who they were. Okay? And then Hitler would be like, man, let me see what they did to you, man. Oh, damn, these motherfuckers getting better and better at this shit, right? Yeah. Hey, the Lord is going to be perfect, all right, the way that he does you 2/3, man. Okay? Because the 1/3, okay, they're going to have that mark of what? Okay, they're going to be eating and drinking and rejoicing. All right? In 2/3 of you, all right? You're not going to, and you people who fell out of this truth, okay? Turned your back on Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Yeah, you're not, man. So, like I said, this was going to be a quick lesson. Not so quick, but hey, maybe this will happen. Maybe it won't. Okay. But I'm saying there's going to be an event. Okay. Now this is just something to ponder on. All right. To ponder on. Because guess what? You're going to have to get that chip in order to eat. In order to do anything. All right. And so Jake is at the point of just beyond stupid in the world right now. All right. Even 2/3 is complaining about the other 2/3. Like, man, these, where they come from. They came out of Esau. All right. And you all, hey, if you don't repent and turn to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai now, all right, then hey, what more can I say, right? So with that being said, Lord willing, you be edified till next time. Shalom.